and friends, we back. Y'all see my pool in the background? Y'all see my pool? You know what I'm saying? I might invite y'all over one day to dive in, you know. I might invite y'all over one day to dive in. Let me drop the link. So tonight we're talking about Central Florida, their upgrades. And actually, Central Florida, they're not going down without a fight. Central Florida, I think they believe they can be the big dog in the conference. Central Florida, Texas Tech, and should I say Utah. I think those three teams believe, and one of those Kansas, both the Kansas, they fighting for that top spot too. So those 5 teams believe Colorado is just another team on the schedule. Their job is to run the table. So hey, y'all come in, wipe your feet, hit the like button. We hit 100 likes. I got me a new tiger, y'all, so we can light the tiger up. Every time we get to certain levels, when we get to 25 likes, I'm going to light the tiger up. When we get to 50 likes, I'm going to let the buffalo out. Then we get to 100 likes, I'm going to light it up with the big tiger. So that's how we going to do it, y'all, to keep y'all motivated. Keep y'all motivated. And we checking in. Let me know where y'all checking in from. And how many Cowboy fans do we have in the room? Because I thought about doing a Cowboy video. I seen some interesting news today, and I thought about dropping some Cowboy news, but I said, I know a lot of people hate the Cowboys. I know a lot of people love the Cowboys, but I don't want to bring them up if we don't have any Cowboy fans in the room. But if we do have some Cowboy fans in the room, hey, salute, Warren. What's happening? Checking in. I see you checking in early. Appreciate that. But if we have some Cowboy fans in the room, I would like to go over some numbers with y'all today, because I don't know if y'all really know the numbers. I know a lot of y'all know y'all got to sign y'all players back, but hey, there's people texting me telling me I'm late. I know I'm late. But that's pretty cool, though. That's pretty cool when people know what you got going on and they can text you late. So that means they was watching. Oh, we got 21 people in the room. We got 21 people in the room already. I'm waiting on the crew. Promo say he's working. He might be a little late. He's working tonight, so he's gonna try to get in later on. But we're gonna discuss these one-on-ones today. I saw some of the one-on-one practices, and some things look good. Some things did not look so good. And some guys I didn't recognize. So I need y'all help tonight. If y'all can tell me who was these guys, and should I be alarmed? Should I be alarmed? And they trying to, hey, Booster trying to climb me to my little, like Tony the Tiger, in my little tiger, suit. So look, y'all, we already went over North Dakota State. We touched on Nebraska. We touched on the Colorado State. We did Baylor. Now we right here as week 5 at Central Florida. Ooh, week 6 is a big week. That's a big week right there. So we at week 5 right here. So let's do a deep dive. Let's do a deep dive into Central Florida and look at some of these things. They kind of got me a little nervous. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. It got me a little nervous. So let me scroll down and get to it where I need to get to, and pull up some of these stats so y'all can understand what we're dealing with now. So now if you look at, I think this was the overall ranking, right? This was the this was the transfer portal. So transfer portal in our conference, we was number 1. That's no surprise to nobody. But Central Florida was number 2. We brought in 32 guys. They brought 3 stars. They brought in 24. three stars. So some of these guys used to be 4 stars. They got dropped down to 3 stars. So we got to understand some of this. Like the quarterback they have, they got a quarterback that can run the ball. He can throw the ball, and he's like 250 pounds. Grown man, like a fullback playing. He's like a fullback with Michael Vick abilities. So I guess the quarterback they had last year, I don't know. I think he transferred out. And I noticed they brought in some more quarterbacks, 2 quarterbacks that can run. They actually brought in a quarterback from my hometown. So this is what they did in the recruiting portal, in the transfer portal. And you see, they kind of close to us. I think their coach is a second-year coach too. Second or third year. So they got a lot of turnover. They're trying to get their pieces in order, right? Here we go. Now this is the complete. Is this the complete? Yeah, that's everybody. Hold on, we'll get to that last. Now this right here, this is their high school guys. So with high school guys, they was third in the conference, bringing in high school guys. I want you to see they brought in 6 4-stars out of high school. 6 4-stars out of high school. So let's look at the total numbers. All right, so total numbers. We brought in 11 4-stars and 1 5-star. That's Jordan Seaton. And we brought in 37 3-stars. All right. So the 4-stars and the 5-stars, they supposed to contribute right now. Right now. They brought in 8 4-stars. So those guys supposed to contribute right now. So it's hard to kind of really judge this team. I wouldn't look at the tape. Well, the little bit of tape that they had for the spring game. And that's the frustrating thing about some of these teams. These coaches, they supposed to have so much experience and all this kind of stuff, but they don't want any film out on their team. And most times, guys don't want film out on their team when their team is not looking too great. I watched a guy do an interview after the spring game. He didn't sound happy. He sounded like he was a little upset. Now, the 2 quarterbacks they got transferred in, let me scroll up and get to these guys. One is from Arkansas and one is from Miami. Both of them got playing time. The one from Miami got playing time as a true freshman. Let me see. Am I clicking on the right guy? All righty. Okay. KJ Jefferson. This is the guy I was telling you about. 6'3", 247. That's 2 feet. Grown man. He's played 4 years of college ball. So this is going on his 5th year. He's going on his 6th year, really. Yeah, he's going on his 6th year. 6-year ball. So he's poised. He's a veteran. The same thing like how we're going to have with Baylor. Baylor got a quarterback that can run. And he wears number 7. I think this guy wears number 7. He wears number 7 or number 1. So he's one of these guys that believe in themselves. Guys who wear number 1, most time they believe they're the best thing on the field. And because pretty much they was always the fastest or the strongest guy on the field. And guys that wear number 7, most of the time they want to be Michael Vick. So he's one of those kind of guys. But I've seen him run over defenders. I've seen linebackers come free to try to sack him, and he'll still make the linebacker get his composure back and throw the ball down the field. So if our defense does not tackle, he's going to have a time. And he has a decent arm. When he played against lesser talent, he had great passing days. When he played against SEC schools, he had halfway decent days. But he can do both depending on how good your defense is. Now, the thing I know is about the head coach, the kind of guys he's bringing in running quarterbacks that run first kind of guys. So this is the guy from Valdosta, Georgia. He's from my hometown. Lowndes County. He went to Lowndes County High School, so that's my rival school. So Brown is more of a runner. He's more of a like Cam Newton, but I don't think he can throw as good as Cam Newton. He had like a 60% completion rate. He did start as a freshman for a few games at Miami back in 2022. But the thing about him is let me say this right. He doesn't want to pull the trigger. Y'all know how Shador take a lot of sacks because he doesn't want to throw the ball and throw interceptions. He did, like, I think he's afraid to throw an interception, or he's afraid of his arm. I don't think he trusts his arm. So he holds the ball a lot. He'll run for a third down before on the third down play, crunch time, he'll run before he passes. So they got a lot of design runs with him. Both of these guys have been starters, so it's going to depend on their summer camp who's going to beat the other guy out. So we really can't tell. Both of them are big guys, 6'3", 6'4", 220, 250. But I think Brown likes to run a lot more than Jefferson, right? Jefferson want to go to the league. I believe if we had Jefferson in our offense, he will put up good numbers. Now, they got a big-time wide receiver. I don't have him on here. He came out of high school. He's I think he's a 4-star wide receiver. He's 6'4", and this wide receiver Hall, he's 6'3". He transferred in from, I want to say he transferred in from Texas. Yeah, he got the Texas shirt on right there. You see the Texas right there. So he transferred in from Texas. He's a Florida guy going back home, and I think he's a burner. So So now they got a 6'4" and a 6'3" wide receiver that's coming in. We don't know what they already had on their roster, but we know that they got some hype at wide receiver. So I want y'all to notice. So we're not the only team that got big, tall, fast guys. They got big, tall, fast guys too. So if our defense, if our cornerbacks get caught over by these big, strong, fast guys, more than likely, other teams' wide receivers will catch over our corners. So that's why I'm looking at these one-on-ones and everything, trying to break all this stuff down to make sure, like, are we really up to par, or are we going to go out there like last year and have a lot of talk, and then once the game start, once we get into the schedule, we start choking down and looking crazy. So that's why I'm really not too high on the high horse right now. I'm just trying to keep a level head, because I don't want to have I don't want my Saturdays to be disappointing if I don't think we up to par. So I'm gonna make a new judgment after summer camp on where we at as a team. But all right, this is the guy that came from USC. He's from Alabama, so he went closer to home. 6'1", decent sized corner. I think he's good. I didn't have the time to watch tape on him, but the super fan that does a podcast on Central Florida, he wasn't happy about their defense. He said they have a decent linebacker that plays pretty good, but he was like, they were seeing a lot of blitzes, and sometimes the blitzes were not getting there, and he was just like, man, we got to do better. We got to do better than that. So I don't know. I don't know how good they're going to look. I put a link in the chat, so I'm just making sure the guys could get in here. But so that's pretty much what Central Florida has. They halfway decent at best. They got a bunch of running quarterbacks. I think they Coach Freeze. I want to say that's their coach name, Coach Freeze, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. What's the Central Florida head coach name? I was trying to look that up. I think it's Coach Freeze. I know he used to coach at Auburn. Hold on. Oh, y'all just said my comments are not on? No, hold on, dog. I already got a comment one time. I got a comment. Warren put a comment in. Y'all can't comment? Yeah, can't. Hey, put a 1 in the chat. Let me see. Let me make sure y'all. They saying my comments are not on. Let me go check. Check the audience. I'm changing that. I'm making sure. I'm updating my live stream, dog. I think I had it where kids could watch this. I just updated it. Y'all see, can y'all comment now? Somebody try to put a 1 in the chat to see can y'all comment. I don't understand how did Warren post. Right, we got a 1 in the chat. We good. We good with the chat. So we good. We got the chat. All right. So do y'all have any questions about? Yeah. Gus Malzone. That's who it is. That's what it is. So I think he did a lot of running the ball when he was at Auburn with his quarterbacks. So I think he's gonna do that fast tempo offense. Let me take this down off the screen. I think he's gonna do that fast tempo offense, and he's just gonna try to do a lot of running the ball. Oh, they have a good running back. His last name is Harvey. I heard about this guy a lot, and it's some Harveys that stay in my area. And I remember I asked him, I was like, "Is this y'all cousin?" And he was like, "Nah." But so they got a good running back and two running quarterbacks. You got a lot of background noise. So that's what's going on. They running attack. They're going to run the ball the most. They brought these big wide receivers in. I don't know if they're going to keep these wide receivers happy because looking at the tape, I know especially if they put the quarterback in Brown in. I watched his tape and I think he started 3 games and played a half of another game, and he only had like 400 something yards passing on the season. So you playing in 3.5 games, and you only got 400 yards. I mean, you a straight running back playing quarterback. All right, we got the comments rolling in now, y'all. We good now. We good.
Well, salute to you, Tiger. Everybody in the chat, please like, subscribe, and share the content. Great brother, great show, great content creator. Support.
I appreciate you. Salute. Appreciate you. Let me see. Let me see what Kimmy talking about. Oh, yeah, I messed around and hit the wrong button, Kimmy. I messed around and hit the wrong button. Hey, there's a lot of clicking you got to do before you set these lives up, man. You doing stuff. You changing the settings. Because if you don't have certain settings on it, you can't have commercials on. You can't get monetized. So you got to change some of this stuff around. Let me see. What's up, Rome? Oh, you're not working tonight? Jump on stage then. Oh, hey, this ladies' night too, y'all. Hey, Randall and Kimmy, y'all jump on stage. Both of y'all be breaking that heat. Y'all jump on stage. But so what the guy was saying though, like he sounded disappointed. He was saying the defense not that good. And he just didn't sound too good. They sold out for the year. They season tickets are sold out, so their fan base must believe in them. They got real good home advantage. They stadium is called, I don't know the real name of the stadium, but they call it the Bounce House because they play this one song where they all go crazy, bounce around, jump around, and that's what they do. So they jump around and bounce around the whole game. So they got one of them party schools. So even if they win or losing, they still just jump around party all night long.
What
so we will have
Tiger?
a good environment when we go Central Florida.
Gotcha.
The Knights. Yeah. Some people call it UCF. I always call them Central Florida.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
What's good?
Hey, not too much, man.
The coach's name, Tiger, is Gus Malzahn. He's from Arkansas. I grew up in Arkansas. He coached high school at a small, real small city called Hughes, Arkansas, and he worked his way all the way up from that small town, coaching junior high and high school, all the way up to Arkansas with Houston Nutt, and then went on to coach at Auburn, and that's when he coached Cam Newton as offensive coordinator.
Yeah. Isn't he the one that they end up changing the rules for? Ms. Johnson, we talk about our fifth game on the schedule.
How long has he been a coach
Central
for
Florida
UCF?
against
two or 3 years.
I think this is the second year.
Yeah.
So we're talking about Central Florida matchup against Colorado. And we're going to get into the one-on-ones too.
I'm just trying to get educated. I'm just trying to get educated. So you don't mind, I'm just gonna be asking a couple questions. How long has he been in the collegiate level of this program's period? With I know because you mentioned something else about Auburn and all that. I just want how long has he been in the collegiate level? Okay.
If he coached Cam Newton, that's a long time.
Yeah, since 2006. So he got about 18 years of experience because he coached Mitch Mustang. I don't know if y'all even remember who that was, but he coached him in high school and they followed each other at Arkansas. He was his offensive coordinator in 06.
Salute, Tiger. Salute, man.
Hey, can y'all hear me clearly?
So he got it from the mud pretty much.
Yeah, he's a real grinder. Like for real.
Hey, Tiger, I think I'm the only Cowboys fan that watched your show for real.
You might be.
You said something about
I mean, the other people got some sense, man. The other people, they got some sense.
Yeah, but Cowboys, we the most hated in the league.
So if you know, they talked about the coach he coached Cam Newton. So if he coached Cam Newton, you saw what he did with Cam Newton. He ran the ball. So that's the same thing he want to do with these quarterbacks he bringing in now. He want to run the ball. So if our defense can't stop the run, and that's what I'm focusing on this summer camp. I want to see Cam stop the run because I don't feel comfortable when I see Charlie running over for touchdowns and stuff, and he running behind the second team line, and he run up our first string defense, and he's scoring touchdowns. That doesn't make me feel good in the inside. This is not a knock to Charlie, but y'all try to tell us, hey, somebody making a lot of noise. Who is that?
Yeah,
somebody crackling in the background.
But yeah, I feel you. I'm right there with you, Tiger.
Yeah. But so if our second string line, which we was already saying, we were still iffy on our first string line, so we know we don't have a strong second string, especially during the spring, and he was still breaking for 30, 40-yard runs against us. That didn't make me feel very good. So I want to see what happens this summer. Most time the defense, this is how it normally happens. What's going on, Randall? What's going on, Boosie? This is how it normally happens. The defense starts out ahead of the offense, and then the offense have to catch up that second week of practice with the defense. But how it's looking at Colorado, the offense coming out firing on us, and our defense trying to catch up with the offense. So that's not good. That's not good. So hopefully with the new coordinator, with Warren Sapp and everybody in-house now, we'll come out firing. With the new guys we brought in, we should come out giving our offense problems. If we are not giving our offense problems, if our second string is scoring on us, y'all, we got to be worried. We're gonna have to outscore teams, and that's what Lincoln Riley does. He try to outscore teams, and that really don't work a lot when you try to outscore teams. You got to be able to stop teams on defense.
To be fair,
y'all have
Tiger.
any
Yeah, to be fair, Tiger.
Go ahead.
We didn't have all our defensive people until after the spring. I mean, BJ wasn't there. Now Now Hill Green wasn't there. There's a few other players that wasn't there. So Dozy was out because he was hurt. So
I got you, but guess what? We ain't have all our offensive linemen either. You know what I'm saying? We ain't have all our running backs in the spring game. They still broke for a long run. You had one dude going both ways, and he still broke for a 50-some yard touchdown. So we was missing people on both sides, and our offense still cooked us on the ground. So we got to get that corrected, man. That worries me.
Are you saying it's the defensive line, or are you saying it's more the linebacker room?
I think it's a combination of the two. The defense line, they can't really give a push up front, so they're getting pushed back into the linebackers. And then, like I spoke on Bentley before. I try not to drag him too much, but I don't like how he read when the guards pull or when they do like zone plays. When there's any kind of motion up front with the lineman, he doesn't do too good. When they come straight down here to him, straight at him, he can plug the hole. But once they start doing any kind of movement, reverses and stuff like that, Bentley kind of get lost. And so that, from what I know from playing linebacker, that means you're not reading your keys, you're guessing. And when you guess, you're going to always be behind. And with our defense line getting pushed back, it makes it even harder for them to scrape down the line to get to the ball because D linemen are getting pushed into their lap. So it's a whole bunch of things. And like with Trevor Woods playing linebacker, he's not a true linebacker, so he can't shed the blocks like he needs to. I really didn't see Tyler Brown shed blocks. I seen him make some plays out in space, but I didn't see him like shed blockers and get to tackles. Go ahead.
So I don't know if to be a little concerned. Does anybody remember that linebacker that we had come in and he left right away? And I don't know if anybody caught the comments that he said. He said that the linebacker coach that CU has, I'm not sure what his name is. He said, man, I was telling him stuff. So did anybody see that interview? Who was that guy, that linebacker that came in and left right away?
DJ, the dude from
yeah, he came in. He didn't stay long.
Go ahead.
He left. It was a linebacker. He left right away. And I was listening to one of his interviews, and he was saying how he was telling the linebacker coach things. Because the linebacker coach,
I need to go watch.
Yeah, the linebacker coach is new to the position, right? If I'm not mistaken. That's that young white man, right?
No, that's Coach Hart. That's Coach Hart.
Coach Hart, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was the tight end that came for a second and he left and transferred to Arizona State. I thought
it must have been the tight end then. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But that kind of got me. I was like, whoa, what? And he was like, yeah, I had to tell the coach. The coach didn't even know what he was doing.
Yeah. Now I heard about it. Webb, he talked about that. He talked about that. That was a tight end. They did an interview with him.
Okay, that was a tight end.
And yeah.
I don't know. I'm a little wary. I don't know. I'm not completely sold on how we're doing the defense and the offense doing. I don't know. I just see little things and I'm like, Lord, it's just too much going on.
What else do you see?
Well, I see things like, again, with the running back. I'm like, the running back, to me, going back to the spring with Charlie, I was saying to myself that he was getting through there too easily. And I understand that we didn't have all our pieces and the offense didn't have all their pieces either. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, only thing that we're seeing now, we're seeing them, work out and strength and conditioning. So we really won't be able to see too much until they really start with them pads on, right?
Yeah.
For me personally, can y'all hear me? Because I'm on my phone today. I got to make sure I'm clear. Y'all hear me? Yeah. Last year, I think it was due to, just talent. The talent wasn't really good on either side, but I think we were more talented on the offensive side, even though the offensive line was trash. I think this year we haven't really got a full evaluation, but I don't think it's player or personnel. Right now, I think it's scheming. I think Shermer is just out scheming the defense right now. That's why we see those big holes being open, Charlie breaking in big runs, even though Charlie was doing the same thing last year. But I think Livingston he playing catch up. And that's why I said I hope him and Shermer get together and kind of game plan and scheme together, because I just feel like he's miles ahead of him as it relates to like scheming and play call, because Shermer really a beast, man. He don't really get the credit he deserves. But I think once they get on the same page and Livingston kind of steps his game up a little bit, we'll see a little bit more back and forth. But I think right now, Shermer got so many weapons. He can plug and play anybody, really, and they just out scheming the defense right now. But we'll see what happens, once everybody there and once Livingston kind of get his feet underneath him.
Everybody there, though.
And I said this too.
Great point. Great point.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yo, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
You crispy. You crispy.
Cool.
Pro was just doing a sound check.
So, is there any other questions about?
I thought he was still talking.
No, I saw you. Promo.
No, go ahead. You got some.
What I missed? Y'all already went over UCF.
No, we deviated
now.
from
we
that a
just
little
talking
bit.
about.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What are the
They
young
have
lady? What's
Gus
her name?
Miles.
Is that was talking? I agree. I was feeling what she was saying, because that's what I've been complaining about the whole time. That the two-hand touch is like I can't get a feel for the defense, because I don't feel like they're really hitting out there. Like, we want a tough defense, but they're not really being physical at practice, I don't feel like.
Yeah, and that's why I'm just trying to wait, because now we're bringing in like four more. We bringing in like four more linemen, and we bringing in a bunch of new linebackers, so a bunch of new safeties that actually tackle. They know how to tackle, some physical corners. So we're upgrading everybody on defense. So you can't hear me?
You're breaking up just a little bit, Tiger. You're breaking up just a little bit, Tiger. Just a little bit. Every now and then you'll go out.
I'm cutting up.
No, you good. You good right now.
I might have to do.
You okay right now?
Good. All right, but like we bringing in a lot of new pieces. So until they get these new pieces, I'm gonna just kind of sit back and wait. But as of right now, these teams, we're going against two teams that run heavy: Kansas State and Central Florida.
So when do we play Central Florida? What game is that? The fifth game? Week 5? Okay, so
then we play
I think
Kansas the next week.
Well, I think we'll be ready for Central Florida only because we will have a better outlook on what our defense is able to do for the first 4 games. We'll be able to really say, okay, or at least the first 2 games, we'll be able to give an honest evaluation. So I'm going to hold my case for Central Florida right now.
And the first team,
I think they're going to be a problem.
They're going to put us to the test because they run the ball a lot. And they run the ball kind of weird. They run some funny little plays like off tackle and stuff, like kind of how the Rams used to do it with wide receivers, little quick little wraparound reverses and stuff. And they do a lot of weird stuff.